excited. Pizza, I think he has the same GM. He might have the same GM mode gameplay. Looks like all these guys have the same. Yeah, it looks like Tony Pizza Guy got the same GM gameplay as everyone else. I'm gonna skim through this shit. You know, it's just menus and whatnot. Might be different. John Cena, you picked John Cena first. Brock Lesnar. Oh, who they gonna get? Who they gonna get? Who he's gonna pick? Who is he gonna pick? And this might be same. Yeah, same gameplay as everyone else. Okay. All Raw picked R-Truth. Okay. Got Drew McIntyre. I'll pick. I'm picking Oscar. I'm telling you that. I'm picking Oscar. This is gonna get boring real quick. Why would you want to do a tables match? Why would you want to do a tables match as your opener match? I don't like that. Tony Pizza Guy, whoever submitted this gameplay, don't messed up. Yeah, they don't messed up. Who the hell has the damn tables match as your opener match? Should have been in the main event. That should have been the main event, player. Holla, holla, holla. Tonight's main event, a tag team match. And the winner will go up against the women's championship next week in the main event, a SmackDown Live. Like, what? You can have tag team matches, but what the tag team championships? Tell me you had tag team matches. You got Shelton Benjamin and the big dog Roman Reigns. Who they going up against? John Cena and who? John Cena and Xavier Woods. John Cena and Xavier Woods. Yeah. Okay, that's a wait. What? Xavier Woods? What? Roman Reigns? What? What the hell wrong with interferes? Ooh, huh? Triple H is waiting to see your first show fairs. Okay, cool. All right, okay, all right, okay. What's the point of having tag team matches? Ain't no tag team championship. I ain't talking about. There's too many with in the game. So why do you have tag team matches? Ain't no damn point. Tell me you just have a bunch of one-on-one matches. Ain't no triple. What? I don't know. I don't get it. If you understand this game, leave a comment down below. I don't get it. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this video. So if you enjoyed this video and want more WWE2K22 content, let me know. But we're gonna watch this. Okay, let's hear Smack Talks.
Where today I can finally bring you a hands-on preview for WWE2K22. As earlier this week, I was invited to try out the game ahead of release and get a hands-on impression. So before we jump into that, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date,
yes, got the Smack Talks, yeah.
Version of the game, the version that I got to play didn't have all of the modes available.
Didn't have all the modes available.
As the build was restricted to Exhibition and My GM, and there was also only a set amount of stars that I could use. I also wasn't allowed to record any gameplay, which I know a lot of people will be disappointed about, but on the flip side of that, not being able to record meant I could purely focus on playing the game and testing out all of the changes.
I guess.
So first up, we have to talk about the visuals, as this game, especially when it comes to entrances, looks absolutely phenomenal. Bear in mind, I played the PC version, which is said to be the same version as that of Xbox One and PS4.
Okay.
So technically, this was the last gen version that I played, yet visually, this looked like a PS5 title, as the entrances look even better in person than they do in videos.
Why are they talking about entrances? Why is he playing the PC version? Why is the PC version the same as the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? Why ain't the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 6, or Xbox, whatever?
Along with the upgrades to graphics,
you know,
the biggest change to entrances comes with a new entrance
why
camera,
ain't Xbox
which may
6?
sound like a throwaway feature, but I can't stress enough just how
yeah,
different
look at that camera
this
angle.
entrances look, as they're presented much more like they are on TV. That's also true for some of the older entrance animations.
Interesting gameplay tutorial.
System and grapples, but thankfully to help players learn the controls, the first time that you boot up the game you'll be taken to a tutorial which is hosted by 𝐅𝐸𝐥𝐥𝐥𝐿. This tutorial will walk you through all of the changes and help you get up to speed, which is a great addition not just for returning players that are used to the controls from 19 or 20, but especially for new players playing for the first time. If you're too eager to play it, you can also skip the tutorial and head straight to the main menu. Then if you find yourself struggling with the controls and you want to go back and complete it, then you can select the tutorial at any point from
Because I'm probably not going to know how to play this game. I'm going to get the tutorial for sure. First impressions? Let's see what the first impressions were.
Is 𝐅𝐸𝐥𝐸𝐿. After initially struggling to get to grips with the new mechanics, I actually found myself quite enjoying the gameplay, as it's a lot more fluid and fast-paced than previous games, with the biggest difference being that I found it a lot more engaging, as I wasn't always waiting on moves to play out, as there was always something to press, whether that be a reversal, a mid-move reversal, or a breaker. Adding to this, moves also appear to have been sped up, as the animations play out a lot faster, which decreases the wait time, although there are a few moves that do look a little bit out of place when running as fast as they do. So that's my initial thoughts on the gameplay, but let's dive a little bit deeper and I'll explain.
Dodge mechanic, that's what I want to hear about.
As after seeing the footage of this in one of the early trailers where Biggie ducked a punch,
look at that duck and weave.
This mechanic looked out of place and more relevant for a boxing game. However, when trying this out, it actually works really well. The dodge animations, they all differ depending on the direction that you press, and the balance of your superstar. As while Big E might use the duck animation, a cruiserweight like Rey Mysterio is capable of performing an evasive roll. The most natural of the animations comes when moving the stick backwards away from your opponent, as this sees the player move their head back to avoid the strike. Look at that. When you successfully use it, and then you follow it up with a strike of your own, it makes for a really cool sequence. Alongside the dodge mechanic, standard reversals are still available by pressing triangle or Y depending on your console, with mid-move reversals also included for certain moves. However, this year, the reversal limit has been taken out, therefore you're free to reverse as often as you like. I
like that, but hopefully they make it harder to reverse, because they're showing us gameplay, but this gameplay looks like it was on normal difficulty, so it's going to be easy to reverse on normal.
In addition to pressing the reversal button to reverse a move, holding it allows you to hold your hands up and perform a block, which stops you from taking light strikes and gives you a slight window to quickly counter-strike your opponent. Of all the new mechanics, this one was the one that I used the least, not because it was bad, mainly because I found the dodge option to be much more effective. Moving on to breakers, these are a chance to stop your opponent from performing a grapple move when entering the grapple state. Once a player presses the grab button to grapple an opponent, if the player being grappled presses the same button that their opponent does, then this will see them perform a breaker, which will counter the move and break up the grapple. With all the new counter and reversal options, there's a lot of ways that players can stop their opponent from attacking, especially with the removal of the reversal.
Yeah, because this is pre-alpha, whatever. This is what pre-updated gameplay with a pin count slow. So see how easy it was for Roman Reigns to kick out. Like Roman Reigns should have not should not have gave him that much time to kick out. Look at his bar. His little health bar is like small.
Reversal limit. Now, in regards to this, when playing against the AI, which was set to normal, matches flowed pretty well, with the AI itself being a big upgrade over past games. However, when I played a match against another player and fellow content creator Revolution, the match that we had was much harder, as there were a lot more reversals and counters with all the new options, which led to some really fun matches that went back and forth. So with all these additions, I found the game to be pretty fun and a
the difficulty needs to go up.
It is a lot more competitive. However, there was one new system that I really wasn't a fan of, and that was the combo system. So to explain why I wasn't a fan of this, I'll go over the combo system in a bit more detail, as the combo system this year sees strike attacks work completely different to how they have in the past, as rather than pressing a direction and then pressing or holding the strike button to perform a move, strike attacks are now the result of combos. To explain how the new system works, what used to be the strike button
now it's like
is
a fighting
now
game.
referred to as light attacks. What used to be the grapple button is now heavy
like
attacks,
a fighting game
and what
here.
used to be Irish whip is now grabs. So
how do you
to
Irish
give you an
whip people?
example, one of Rey Mysterio's combo moves is a running sit-out facebuster, which to perform it, you have to press light, heavy grab, which equates to pressing XX, A, B. One of the issues that I had with this is that it's a lot more complicated than we used to, as in previous games all you had to remember was to press a specific direction and then either tap or hold the strike button, whereas this year each player has 30 different combos available, 10 that are a combination of pressing the 3 buttons, 10 that use a combination of those buttons when moving the left stick away from your opponent.
Damn, that's gonna take a long time. That means it's gonna take a long time to edit like a custom moveset, so
10 when moving it towards them. So with this many combos, unless you tend to use the same superstar and you get used to their moveset, it's impossible to remember
like
which
a fighting
combo
game
works for which move, as every superstar is different. Therefore, it's a godsend that the pause menu features a full list of combos so that you can see how to perform a specific one.
Okay.
So that's my initial impressions on
Pause
the
menu
gameplay
has
side
options.
of things, but staying with exhibition, I also had the chance to try out the new backstage area. The new backstage area, which we briefly seen in the trailer.
Yeah, we heard about this already. Blah blah blah. Special match type. Oh, look, special match type or lack of match types.
But I did get to test out some of the returning matches like Hell in a Cell, TLC and Extreme Rules, all of which played really well. In terms of changes or updates to those matches, there were a few slight changes, as TLC and ladder matches no longer limit where you can place tables or ladders, and the Hell in a Cell is a lot easier to break out of, as the wall now breaks after 2 Irish whips, which does
2 Irish whips, that's easy.
As for Extreme Rules, the weapons available were pretty limited in the build that I played, as you could only select a hockey stick, a shovel, sledgehammer, chair, kendo stick, baseball bat, a stop sign, table or a ladder, which is way down on the options that were introduced in 2K20, where there was an abundance of weapons to choose from. One of the reasons for that though may be the fact that the weapons that are available now take damage, as the steel chair would begin to bend and break, as would the stop sign, with the kendo stick also beginning to splinter and then snap in half. There's also a few new weapon animations that were included, as rather than using the stop sign like the steel chair, if you use it when an opponent is on the ground, instead of striking them,
don't really matter at the end of the day.
Throw it at them. As for the available arenas, I won't go through all of them at the moment, as the list was.
So it sounds like WWE2K23 is gonna be better than 2K22 because they're gonna have these other small features missing out and whatnot. So let's get his GM impressions, and then it might be
the available options. But what about my GM? Well, my GM is one of the biggest new modes that 2K are pushing this year, with the mode offering players a similar experience to that of GM mode in the older SmackDown vs Raw games. Heading into the mode, I was a little bit hesitant, as I'll freely admit that I wasn't a big fan of the old GM mode, but after playing through a couple of weeks, I did find it to be quite interesting, as there's a lot of nice little touches in there with the addition of show notes and social media, which help to give players some feedback and some tips. The setup options are also really well done, as not only do you get to choose your own GM and your own show, but you can also choose the GM and the show that you're competing against, as well as selecting all of the superstars and custom superstars that you want to appear in the draft. Once you've selected everyone that you want to appear, you can also save that list so that you can use it in the future.
That's good.
There's also the option to edit superstars before the draft so that you can increase the popularity of a star, set them as a legend, or change their class. So there's quite a lot of options in there, especially when you also factor in the ability to have custom GMs. However, one thing that I feel let it down is the fact that you can't select a custom show name or a custom brand. It's really nice to let players set up their own show to go up against a Raw or a SmackDown, or even include options to manage classic shows like Raw is War or Nitro, as I feel that is a missed opportunity. Admittedly, I don't know how well the mode's going to hold up over time, as I feel that booking shows will start to get somewhat repetitive when playing against the AI. However, if you're playing a multiplayer match against another person, I think that has much more potential, and that's where this mode is going to shine, though unfortunately it was confirmed that the only way to do that is either local multiplayer, inviting a friend using Steam's Game Share feature, or by using PlayStation's SharePlay. So to sum up my GM, I enjoyed what I played, but I didn't get to fully take it in due to the limited time that I had, as I found myself having to skip over feedback to make
so that tag team, it doesn't look like they have tag team championships.
I do think the mode is off to a good start, and I think there are a lot of ways that they can expand on it in the future. So that's my initial impression.
Hopefully they mean by in the future with updates to the game, but I've been recording for 41 minutes now, so if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe for more WWE2K22 gameplay, opinions, and all of that stuff. Right now, GM mode my GM looks lame. So universe modes might be a better option. But hey. Ah!